As you board, please move across your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance. If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
Hey, howdy, hey, and welcome to another episode of Disney Assembled. I'm Troy.
And I'm Mimi.
And we are your happy little father-daughter podcast, here to create joy and share our love for all things Disney.
Disney Assembled is sponsored by our patrons over on Patreon, Brenda, Danny, Connie, and Andrew.
Yes, thank you very much. If you would like to join them and help the show, just head on over to our website, disneyassembled.com. There's a button there that says Become a Patron. If you click that, it gives you all the options available to you. You know, membership starts as little as $2 a month, and with that, you get access to all the exclusive patron-only content. However, if a membership is not your thing, no big deal. We appreciate you listening to the show every week. Just tell your friends, share it out there on the social media network of your choice. And if you have an opportunity to leave a rating and review on the podcast player that you are listening to, we would really appreciate your consideration for a nice comment and rating. Rating and review, right? Nice rating and review. However, if you're looking for additional Disney magic to bring to your week, we would suggest you check out Magic of the Mouse Radio. Magic of the Mouse Radio is the best place online for all the Disney music. And in addition to that, you can hear our show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. So check out Magic of the Mouse Radio.
In addition to the Magic of the Mouse Radio Network, I am proud to be part of the Magic of the Mouse News Network, magicofthemousenews.com. It's articles for everything you might want to read Disney related. Make sure to go check it out. magicthemousenews.com.
Yes, absolutely. You need to check that out. Good stuff. All right. Now all the preliminary stuff is out of the way, which we love doing. We love recognizing Magic of the Mouse and all our wonderful patrons out there. Maybe we have a topic this week, a fun topic. The whole topic has to deal with fun to begin with. Would you like to share with everyone what this week's topic is going to be?
So, yes, we compiled our top 10 most fun Disney World attractions.
Yes, we did. We went through and we thought, we haven't talked about just fun stuff in a while. Everything is fun. We think the show is fun, but like the actual topic of the topic, the subject being fun stuff. So we were thinking about all the rides we've been on, all the attractions we've seen, and we thought it would be a good idea to just kind of list our top 10. Like your mileage may vary if you're listening, but this would be our collective list, Mimi and I's list of the top 10 most fun attractions in Walt Disney World in Florida.
Yes.
We're also going to do Parks News with Mimi this week. We haven't done that, I think, in a little while. We're going to get back into that. And of course, we'll have this week's Disney Dad Joke of the Week. All right, you ready to jump into things here today?
Yes, I'm very excited. Yeah, I have some things to say about some of the news.
Okay.
That's come out.
All right. Well, we'll see what the top stories are. Let's jump into Parks News with Mimi. Now, Parks News with Mimi is, for those of you who are new, I read 5 headlines, current headlines, Disney news. We typically use blogmickey.com. We have no association with blogmickey.com. If you're listening and you work at blogmickey.com, thank you for these headlines. We appreciate that. But I read the headline. Mimi listens to the headline and she tells me whether she thinks it is actual news or snooze, right? Whether it's actual news or just, don't really care about it, right? So let's jump in. And we usually keep score, right? We usually do 5 of them to see which one wins each week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first headline, heavy machinery moves into World Showcase Lagoon for the new Epcot fireworks show.
This just sort of raises questions for me. Was there not anything has there not been a nighttime spectacular at Epcot since Harmonious closed? I've never seen Epcot Forever, so I don't know how it works. Is there not something in the middle of the lagoon during that show?
I believe they've been doing Epcot Forever since Harmonious shut down. Right, I don't know for sure, but...
Right, but this machinery moves in for the new fireworks show. Does that mean that there hasn't been one? Like has there not been machinery? Did they not have to bring in something for Epcot Forever?
I guess if we clicked on it,
I've
it
never
may
seen
tell you.
Epcot Forever, so I really don't know like what that show is or what it's like.
Right.
This is weird.
I'm sure there's fireworks in Epcot Forever, but is it news or snooze?
I think it's snooze.
A new show is coming. We don't know much about it. That's what we know.
Right. I think it's snooze because we don't know very much about it. But
It's probably for the 100th. It's probably for the 100th.
This is likely the 100th fireworks show. I 100% agree. But
so news or snooze?
I think it's snooze because we just don't know too much about it yet.
Right.
So
based on that headline, it is snooze. All right. Second headline. Disney Magic Mobile Design celebrates Asian American Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So there's like a little picture of Disney Magic Mobile changed its design.
That is so lame. Y'all couldn't do anything else to celebrate Asian Month? Wow.
No, I think they've done plenty to recognize it. This is just saying that they've changed
the
design.
That's okay.
Just a change in the design of the
That doesn't
Magic
deserve
Mobile.
its own headline, I think.
Okay. Right.
Snooze.
All right. Third headline. 10-minute preview now playing and movie props on display for The Little Mermaid at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes. Okay. News. This movie, I am going to be so honest with you, I'm not that excited about. Like, I'm excited for what it represents. The movie itself, I have literally no hopes for. I know Halle Bailey is very talented. And her rendition of Part of Your World is like actually so much better than the original. But like the CGI on Flounder and Scuttle are so weird. And Aquafina is in it. Like I just can't. Yeah.
News or snooze?
It's news, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think the movie's actually going to be pretty decent, to be honest with you. But I'm not a big fan of the remakes. So
yeah.
There you go.
I don't know.
It's news.
I'm excited because I think it's going to be a cute movie. But,
cool.
You know,
right.
The quality of it, Yeah.
Okay. Fourth headline. DeSantis says there's zero chance he backs down in fight with Disney.
This is not something that you're going to want me to get into. So let's just skip that one.
Snooze? Yeah, snooze.
It's not snooze.
I'm getting bored with all that stuff. I mean,
it's just completely unnecessary.
It's a new piece of hot garbage every week. So
he's fighting Disney for the publicity of fighting with Disney.
All right. Number 5. Phantasmic to remain closed at Disneyland through the summer following the Maleficent incident.
I think this is news because there's nothing going to be replacing it. Yeah, I think this is news because that was a big deal.
Yeah.
That fire.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
I think so too.
I still can't believe that happened at all. You know, there's a fire, like a whole, like that's a big mistake.
Right.
That somebody was making back there.
That fire is responsible for a TikTok of ours that has 40-something thousand views. Yeah. So there you go.
The big piece of news that wasn't mentioned that I was hoping to talk about was the Star Cruiser closing that I just want to touch on quickly.
Yeah, I did a video about, I didn't do a video about the Star Cruiser.
No, we haven't even talked about this at all.
I thought we talked about it last week. We didn't talk about it last week?
It didn't close last week. It was closed this week.
I thought we did something about the Star Cruiser.
No, it was announced.
Let's stop there and talk about it then. I know a lot of shows talked about it last week because it came out right after we...
Did we talk about it last week? I don't think so.
I don't remember. I think we did, but...
I don't remember that at all.
You have more thoughts, obviously.
Well, I just have thoughts that I don't think were mentioned. I think it's just... Okay, one, I don't think it's going away because they invested too much into the technology of it and the design of it for it to be completely thrown away. I think we did talk about this because you mentioned it maybe becoming a deluxe resort. Like, I don't know if that was like something that we recorded or something we talked about in private. But the word on the street is that people think it's going to become a deluxe resort. That's what I think is going to happen too, because too much was dumped into it for it to just go to waste or for them to completely, tear down and rebuild. Its closing was inevitable. I think it was just too expensive. It was too much for what it was. And, that's my take on this.
If it's going to be a deluxe resort, they're going to have to do significant renovation because it wasn't designed to be a traditional resort. So it's going to have significant renovation so that the purpose of it is very different. You're going to have to add pools and parks and other stuff like parking
bigger.
and
because the Star Cruiser isn't designed to hold thousands of people the way that deluxe resorts are.
There are also no windows to the outside. I mean, because you're in it. So it would have to require multi-millions worth of reinvestment to retrofit it into a deluxe resort. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but it's definitely going to close. What it is now is definitely not continuing.
No, what it is now is not going to be
And it's on the other side of the street from Galaxy's Edge. So it's not like you can just incorporate it into Galaxy's Edge because there's an actual there's street, roadway that goes between them. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'll be something. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they just tear the whole thing down and say, whatever. But
we'll
have to wait and see.
And they,
All right. Any more thoughts on the Star Cruiser closing?
I'm very interested to see what they do with it. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right. Any more thoughts on news? Snooze won this week, I think.
Yeah. That
was big news. That came out during the week. But since then, it's been kind of snoozy ever since then.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like they're dropping news on like a weekly basis. Because like last week it was, what was it last week? It was like, oh, we're doing Genie Plus things, annual pass. And this week it's like Star Cruiser closing. God only knows what they're going to say next week.
Right.
Next week they're going to be like, park tickets, $1,000 each now.
Well, I doubt that.
We need money. Give us money.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. All right. That's it for Parks News with Mimi. Yep. Let's move on this week. We have our main topic of the week, top 10 most fun attractions at Walt Disney World. But however, what is fun? The most fun thing that's Disney related of all the Disney stuff is the Disney dad joke of the week. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this week's Disney dad joke of the week.
Oh, boy.
Mimi. Duck hunters use a variety of duck calls to attract ducks closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried different duck calls at Disney parks to get Donald Duck to come over closer to them. Do you want to know which duck call is the best one to use to get Donald to come over to you?
No.
It sounds like this. Hey, Donald, come over here.
Okay.
So that's the duck call that works the best.
That was loud.
Donald. Yeah.
That one was kind of silly.
That's this week's Disney dad joke of the week.
I did kind of like that one. There was like a silence following it, which is like how I think that it was good.
Yeah, well, it takes time. It's
how after like a performance, like if there's a moment of silence before there's applause, it was like really
the laughter,
impactful.
It has to build. The laughter has to build.
That was good. That was
if you have a Disney dad joke you'd like us to consider using on the show, please send it to us, disneyassemble@gmail.com, or you can send it to us on any of our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, all at Disney Assembled. If we have not used it yet, and if it's appropriate for the show, we may consider using it. So we appreciate your help there. All right.
Yes.
We have a list. 10 things. Lots of fun. We always have fun when we go to Disney World, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're a family. We have our ups and downs. We have our disagreements from time to time. But for the most part, we always look back on our experience. And it's always lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting around, I was thinking, I don't recall us ever doing an episode that was specifically listing the 10 things or the things that we think are the funnest, the most fun. And I have a specific definition that I wanted to use for this show, this conversation about fun. Fun in the context of this conversation is attractions, either a show or a ride, that just makes you smile. Like you're just happy when you get off of it. You're not really, doesn't really cause you any real anxieties or anything like that. They're just fun things to do,
mm-hmm.
right? They make you happy, right? You have a smile on your face and you're laughing or whatever when you finish with them. So you and I had a conversation. We had a long list of attractions that could possibly make this list. But we came up with our top 10.
Yes.
Yes. And we did have them in order. We actually ranked them this time. Usually when we do lists, we don't rank them. We rank these.
We don't usually rank.
And at the end, we'll probably list some of the ones that we didn't.
Well, we wanted to start with the honorable mentions. I think that could be fun.
You want to start with honorable mention? If you start with honorable mention, then people will know they didn't make the list. I would say we wait.
Okay.
I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on the honorable mentions because I don't want people to turn us off. And they say, wait a minute, that one just made the honorable mention list.
Okay.
Let's do the countdown first. And then we can say, here are the other things that we thought about.
Okay.
All right. Let's get started at number 10. The number 10 most fun attraction at Walt Disney World, according to Disney Assembled, is
the People Mover.
All right. Explain that because you had some thoughts about People Mover.
I love the People Mover. Like every time there's a free chance that we're in Walt Disney World and we're like kind of...
we have a free chance to get to Disney World? When
every time we're in Disney World and we have like a free moment.
Oh, free moment. Okay, good.
And we're like, just sort of, what do we do? Like, we only have like 30 minutes before we have to go to our reservation. People Mover.
Yep.
You don't want to wait in a long line for Space Mountain? People Mover. Fireworks starting, people mover.
You get great views.
There's just so many pluses to it. I love the people. You want to take a break, but still have a good time? People mover.
Right.
People mover is the best ride in Walt Disney World, and I can argue that to the nines. But it's fun because every single time we've been on it as a family, something like horrendous has gone wrong. Like on our not our most recent trip, but the last trip, every time we rode it, it stopped. And then there were a bunch of kids who were riding like without their parents for the first time. They were like 9 and they were like screaming, freaking out. We're stuck. We're never getting off. Like, and it was just so silly. And like, I don't know, like I love the People Mover. I have so many awesome memories on it. Seeing Tinkerbell on the People Mover was the highlight of our most recent trip. People Mover. Boom.
Okay,
most
good.
fun.
Right. Excellent. I can agree with that. People Mover. It's always good views at a park. You always get to see something cool. It's relaxing. And again, no stress. Always have a smile on your face when you're done.
And even if there is a line, it moves very, very quickly.
That's true. So. All right. Moving on. Number 9 on the list of Disney Assembled's top 10 most fun attractions at Walt Disney World is
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
So we have a couple of what we would consider thrill rides on our list. This is the first one. It comes in at number 9. This is my favorite roller coaster because I can get some thrill, but I don't have to be scared, right? There's nothing, everyone has their own opinion about thrill rides, but I just think Thunder Mountain Railroad it's fun. It's lots of fun. The story is really cool. The ride itself is really cool. And I don't know, I think it's just an enjoyable experience. I always have a smile on my face when I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about Big Thunder Mountain?
I don't know anyone who actively dislikes this ride, which I think says a lot about it. It's sort of like an underrated one in my mind because although it's like extremely popular and I do have a lot of love for it, I don't remember or realize quite how much I enjoy it until I'm like on it, you know, like getting in line for it at 10:58 with my mom and like starting our extra magic hours there was like so fun. Like I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and my appreciation for it just sort of grows.
Cool.
The more I like think about riding it.
Excellent. So, yeah. Good stuff. All right.
Number 8.
Number 8 on our list. And this is an attraction that would not have made our list except for our trip in July. And we all got a chance to do it. And it made a pretty big impression on us in terms of just being fun, right? You have fun. You have a smile on your face. You've enjoyed yourself. Number 8 on our list is...
Yeah. So hopping over to Epcot, we've got Remy's
Ratatouille Adventure.
In the France Pavilion. Not only is this ride beautiful to be in, to look at, and I took some baller pictures in front of it. It's just so lighthearted, and the wait is very long, and the queue rooms, I will say, are very gruesome. They are difficult and tight and small. But this ride makes up for all of it. Like, you just completely forget about the 80 minutes you waited in a tiny room with the same wallpaper. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, Remy's was lots of fun. I really enjoyed that attraction. We had lots of fun on that one. Again, you got on it. You had a smile on your face when you got off of it. Well worth your time.
The mix of what was I going to say? The mix of like screen to physical prop ratio is like perfect. And the way that you're a rat, like it's just such a cute story and so creative. And I have a lot of love for Remy's. So,
cool. Right. Now we go from Remy's, which is a fairly new attraction. Well, relatively new here in the United States. It's been around. It's been in France for a while. To a classic. And the number 7 attraction on Disney Assembled's top 10 most fun attractions in Walt Disney World is
the Jungle Cruise.
Classic.
Yeah. The Jungle Cruise itself, like as a ride, isn't all that special, but it's the skippers that make it really fun.
Right.
And I know that I'm going to get a unique experience every time I get on it. And I always look forward to that every time I get on the Jungle Cruise. Because like I know that the actual boat ride is, you know, mildly entertaining, kind of, you know, damp at times. But the animatronics are, one, really cool. And I love the story of the Jungle Cruise. And the skipper is always going to make it so much fun and so special just for you. Yep. So I think what makes the Jungle Cruise special and fun is that it's the ride experience is never the same.
Right. The whole concept of the Jungle Cruise is just, it's fun. It's supposed to be, you know, dad jokey, which we love the dad jokes, right? So it's got the little puns and a little comedy in there. But yeah, it's a classic and it's a fun ride. And, you know, again, I never get off that ride disappointed.
Right.
Always
Never.
have a good time.
Not
on there.
once.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
We're getting
Number
close to the
6.
top 5. We're up to number 6 now. And here's one that our family has drifted towards as one of our more fun attractions that we like to do all together.
Yeah.
It's also one that we like to do single rider because we just have a fun time with it. So
Right.
number 6 on our list is
Test Track. So in our trip in July of 21, and then again in our trip of July in 22, we didn't, like, we weren't all in on the Test Track, you know? We did it. It was fun. It was fine. But it wasn't all that, like, important to us, you know? But then when we went most recently in March 23, my brother gravitated toward it. He was on it all the time. It was the only ride he ever wanted to do at any given point in the day. He would go single rider on it while everyone else did something else. And we did it as a family twice, which I think says a lot because, like, we're not the type to do a ride, you know, a ride of that wait time more than once. Just like all 4 of us, like when we can do single rider, we're always going to pick single rider. We did it twice and it's so much fun. The Test Track is kind of like, I don't want to say underrated because it's very popular, but like underrated in the light of Guardians in Epcot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And again, it's just fun. You get off of it. It's got a little bit of thrill at the end. You're going kind of fast around that track, but it's a good picture. We always enjoy the picture.
Oh, it's a great picture.
And yeah, it's good stuff. We're getting down to the top 5. And this is where the rubber hits the road. These are the top 5, according to Disney Assembled.
Which means it's correct.
Right. Most fun attractions at Walt Disney World Resort and theme parks in Florida. It is the only show that made our top 10.
And it's in the top 5.
And it made top 5 at number 5. It is a classic.
Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
The Enchanted Tiki Room. We just enjoy doing it. I mean, we go into Adventureland. Your mother loves it. Your brother can tolerate it. It's air conditioned. It's a good show. It's entertaining. I mean, it's the Tiki Room. I mean, you got to do it, I think, right?
Yeah. Never, ever will I skip Tiki Room. Never. I will do it 3 times, actually. I love the Tiki Room. And I love the Tiki Room ears that just dropped in Loungefly. Those are so cute. I would buy those, but I can't right now.
Yeah. And they are, again, you leave the Tiki Room, you feel good.
Right.
You never really regret doing the Tiki Room.
No. And it's really cool. Like the first time I've done it before, obviously, but in July of 21, that's when I went back to Disney World, like as a conscious human being, you know, before I was like, you know, like in my recent memory, doing the Tiki Room, and then when the totem poles on the walls, like the tikis on the walls, started singing, I was totally blown away. Like I had no idea that was going to happen. And like the drummers, like I just like, it's so special, you know? And like, even if you already know everything about it, you notice something else every single time you do it. Like you can see the volcano building up to erupt before the rain starts, like right before it happens. It's great. I love the Tiki Room.
There you go. All right. We're now deep into the top 5. We're up to number 4. And this is where some people who are listening may go, wait, they haven't said this yet. They haven't said that yet. And
don't worry.
And we may surprise them. I mean, we may surprise them with some shocking attractions in our top 4 because people are sitting there thinking, wait a minute, they haven't said that. I mean, there's only 4 spots left. I mean, something's going to get left out. You're right. Something's going to get left out.
Yes. We're about to have a hot take of the hottest takes ever.
This may be the most shocking of all the items in our top 10 because you and I sat down and discussed this and we collaborated on this and this is what we came up with.
And we did intentionally leave out a ride that a lot of people are likely expecting to see on our list. But we did intentionally leave it out.
Number 4 in the top 10 most fun attractions in Walt Disney World, according to Disney Assembled, is
Toy Story Mania.
We love Toy Story Mania.
It's
As a
worth
family,
the wait every
we love
time.
doing it.
It's worth the wait every time. Not only is the queue stunning to look at, beautiful to be in, the game on Play Disney, on the Disney Play, whatever it's called, app is so fun. The ride attraction itself is always so much fun. We love competing with each other. We love the ride vehicle. It's lovely. I love Toy Story Mania so much.
It is tons of fun. We have always enjoyed Toy Story Mania. It's one that we never skip. We always do it. We always get a little competitive with each other.
It's so much better than Buzz.
And it has lasted the test of time. It's been there for a while. and it has not lost any of its real appeal to us.
Yeah.
It is a fun attraction. We are happy. We're eager to get on it. We always leave with a smile on our face, feeling good about being there. It really lives up to the definition of what we're looking at for this list of a fun attraction.
Yeah.
So Toy Story Mania.
I think before, there's 2 rides that are on this that are relatively new. And if those rides never existed, this one would probably be at the top of the list.
It would be closer. Yeah, it would be closer to the top of the list, I think. But it's number 4,
and it's
which
just
is still
so much
pretty
better
high.
than Buzz. It's so much better than Buzz.
I mean, considering all the attractions at Walt Disney World, this is number 4 on our most fun list. That's pretty significant because there is some stuff that didn't make the list at all that a lot of people really enjoy. All right. We're up to the top 3. These are the bronze, silver, and gold medal winners.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in the bronze level, the bronze medal for her most fun attraction at Walt Disney World, according to Disney Assembled, is
my favorite ride of all time at Walt Disney World, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This roller coaster is the best roller coaster I have ever been on in my entire life. It's fun. It's smooth. It's got cool music. It's got a great story. It mixes screen and prompt really well. Even though there isn't a whole lot of like actual stuff to look at in the ride like there is with Big Thunder or Mine Train or anything like that. Like, it is so much fun. It's in the dark. It goes backwards. I love this ride so much. It's a technological marvel. The pre-show, everything about it is just wonderful. I love this ride immensely.
Yeah,
Top 3 of all time, most fun.
Your mother loves it. It's her favorite. You love it. It's your favorite. Your brother loved it. It might be his favorite. It's pretty darn close to his favorite. Yeah. It's on the list.
Right.
It is I have not had the opportunity to enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind yet, but from your reporting on it and your enthusiasm for it and your mother's enthusiasm for it, it went way up on our list to number 3. And I think a lot of people who have ridden Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind have also had a lot of fun on it.
I don't understand people who don't like it as much as I do.
I think some people are just there if they're prone to motion sickness and so forth, they may have a little trouble with it.
All of that is crazy because like the only thing
that's not crazy. If people have motion sickness, they have motion sickness.
Like motion sickness is fine, but like it really isn't that bad. It really isn't. Like, my brother gets motion sickness and he was fine. I mean, not everyone's the same, obviously, right. But it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. Because like when I rode it the first time, I was scared I was going to get sick because there were people who were like, I've never gotten motion sickness before, but this made me ill. I was terrified of that, and it was fine. You just have to like know your limit, and when you've hit your limit, close your eyes, let the ride happen to you, and you'll be over in 90 seconds.
Well, like I said, if you're happy when you get off of it, it brings a smile to your face, you enjoy it, it made our list. I was happy to put it at number 3 because that's where you thought it should be. So there it is, number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. We're up to the last 2. We have a silver medal and a gold medal. The silver medal for number 2 on the top 10 most fun attractions at Walt Disney World, according to Disney Assembled, is
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates.
Yes.
This is probably the attraction I end up riding more often than any other when we're on our trip. I love the picture. We always do the pirate pose as a family.
We always have a bomb picture on Pirates.
I love the pirate pose.
The Pirates pictures and the test track pictures hit. Yep.
I just enjoy Pirates. You and I have talked about Pirates before. It's a little bit of everything. You got a little thrill. You got a water ride. You got a dark ride. You got great animatronics. Wonderful story. You got the smells. You got the different scenes that are iconic.
You got Johnny Depp.
Well, at the end, right? He's scattered throughout, right? Jack Sparrow. So Pirates has a little bit of everything. It might be maybe not my favorite attraction. It's pretty darn close. If it's not number 1, it's 1A, 1B, or 1C, but it's not number 2. But it's number 2 on our most fun list because there is something that we consider to be more fun than Pirates, believe it or not.
Pirates.
But do you have anything to say about Pirates where we moving to number 1?
Yeah, Pirates, with the exception of one other ride that did not make the list, but I'll talk about later. I think it's the only attraction Walt Disney World that we've gotten off of and then immediately got back in line for. You know, like,
right.
It wasn't even after like experiencing it for the first time, you guys. Like, we'd experienced Pirates so many times before and we said, let's do it again. And we just walked around back into the front of the line.
Yep.
We did this twice. That's a big deal. We love pirates.
We do love pirates. It's a great attraction. It's one of our favorites. It is a fun attraction. I never regret doing it. I always leave with a smile on my face and
it's
being happy.
It's a great place to hide during fireworks.
If that's what you want to do. Yeah, it's a great place to be during fireworks because you can ride a lot during that time over there. All right. We're up to number 1. This may be a controversial take. I mean, Toy Story Mania was a controversial take, I think, at number 4. But number 1...
I don't know. I don't know anyone that just likes it.
So I think a lot of people are thinking, they haven't said this. I think there's a lot of famous attractions in Walt Disney World that we have not mentioned yet in our top 10 most fun attractions in Walt Disney World according to the Disney Assembled list. So this could go in any direction. I think we're about to shock a number of people listening with what we consider the gold medal winner for most fun attraction.
Especially because there's a lot of people who just don't like this ride.
Well, there are people that...
They don't like where it came from. They don't like that it exists.
Right.
They don't like what it replaced.
Would you like to share the number 1, the winner?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
We have grown to absolutely adore Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
It's so cute, guys. Like you cannot poop on how fun it is, on how cute it is. Like, oh, you get put in the cartoon in the pre-show and the explosion and you go through the screen and every single time someone who's never experienced it watches it, they all go, oh, wow, that was so cool. And Mickey and Minnie are so cute. And then they sing at the end. And this ride, I think, encapsulates like what Walt Disney World is, what Walt Disney World stands for. And every time I get off of it, like I feel like I'm in Disney World.
We love the song. I mean, it's one of our favorite Disney songs.
It is on my playlist. I will say that.
Nothing Can Stop Us Now. We love that song. We love this ride. We think it's funny. We think, Goofy's train getting all knocked out and it's trackless. And I mean, it is so much fun. I mean, I think I said this on our trip in July. It was quickly becoming my favorite attraction. But it may not be my favorite attraction yet, but it is definitely the one that I think is the most fun attraction at Walt Disney World.
I feel happier coming off of this ride than I do coming off of any of the others.
Absolutely. So there you have it. That's our top 10 list. Before we get into our honorable mentions, which I know some of you are going, you didn't say that.
Before we address the issues, let's recap. Number 10, People Mover. Number 9, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Number 8, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Number 7, Jungle Cruise. Number 6, Test Track. Number 5, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. Number 4, Toy Story Mania. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 1, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
That is the top 10 most fun attractions at Walt Disney World, according to Disney Assembled. Your mileage may vary. One of the rides we're about to mention as honorable mentions may be on your list. Mimi, do you want to go through some of the attractions that we made as our preliminary list, but didn't quite make the top 10?
Yeah. I can do that. So Everest, The Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. That is one of my favorite. That is probably my second favorite attraction in Walt Disney World. It didn't make the list because Papa didn't want to have 2 on the list that he hadn't ridden. So it's not on the list.
I think it also brings some anxiety to some people with stuff. So
right. But
it took away from the fun factor. It was a little bit more thrill than it was fun to me, but
it brings me so much joy. I love Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. Okay. Right. Winnie the Pooh. Classic for us. We love that one. Happy childhood memories. Yes. Okay. I don't know what this says.
Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
I didn't do this one.
You haven't done it yet. I did it. Your brother did it. Your mother did it. It's fun. It's not a top 10 fun, but it's cute and it's lots of fun. Especially if you have little kids, you should check that out in Hollywood Studios.
Mickey's PhilharMagic, the show with the music. I have a lot of love for that show. Definitely an underrated attraction. So if you're in Fantasyland, go check it out.
Yeah, I think cute. There were a couple of shows that didn't make our top 10, but definitely made our consideration list. That's one of them. The other is Muppet Vision 3D.
Yes.
I love Muppet Vision 3D. Save the Muppets. Save the Muppets. Save the Muppets. We love the Muppets. Muppet Vision 3D. It's a strong show.
So much.
It just didn't make our top 10.
I think the show is about to go. It's quickly becoming the ending is sort of becoming out of taste, but that's okay. Right. It's fine. Yeah, and then I don't know what that says.
All right, so I'll go through the rest of them because I wrote it in my handwriting. It's kind of scribble scratch. Alien Swirling Saucers. I really enjoy that ride.
It's a cute one.
It's kind of like Mater's Junkyard Jamboree over in and Disney's California Adventure on the West Coast.
Or like the Baymax ride.
But it's fun.
in
And
Tokyo.
like Aliens World, it's just a fun ride. I enjoy doing it, especially I did it with your brother. We enjoyed it. Haunted Mansion is a very fun attraction. It did not make our top 10. So it's one of those rides that are like, wait a minute, that didn't make your top 10? No, it did
It could
not.
have been interchangeable with the People Mover.
It was close. It was
yeah.
if we had to do it, it probably would have been number 11.
Yeah.
Next one's on our list. We have two more that we sort of put on our big list that didn't make it. Slinky Dog Dash. We enjoy
I love Slinky
Dog.
Dog Dash so much.
Yeah, again, could have come in at number 10 also. It was probably really right there in that number 10, 11
Slinky
spot.
Dog Dash is I love Toy Story Land so much, guys. You don't even know.
Toy Story Land is really special. And the last one that we wrote down that didn't make the list, Peter Pan's Flight. We love Peter Pan's Flight. It's magical. It's special. We enjoy it so much. It didn't make us. Surprisingly, what didn't make our list at all
Let's discuss this.
Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of the Resistance is not on the list anywhere.
Now,
let me explain.
It is my favorite attraction, but it didn't make the top 10 fun attractions. Would you like to explain from your point of view why?
My point of view is Rise of the Resistance brings more stress and more chaos to the mornings at Walt Disney World than it does fun. Because we wake up and we're like, we got to get on the first bus. We got to get in the front of the line. We got to run to Rise of the Resistance. We got to get on. We got to get on. We got to get on. And then we get there and we're like, whew, deep breath. If you can take a deep breath after you get to an attraction, you've put too much stress and too much work into that attraction. If you're standing outside the entrance waiting for it to open, that's too much. We will do it every time. We will always do too much. We stay doing the most at any given point of the day. But I genuinely believe that Rise of the Resistance and its crazy wait time and having to run to it at rope drop and having to run to it at the end of the night, how many times it shuts down just while you're waiting in the line. Like, let's be honest. The wait time is 200 minutes because it's shut down for half the time. Like, let's be serious.
Yeah, it shuts down on average about 2 hours a day. Total.
Right. Like, if it's going to, like, that wait time, one, factors in how many people, and two, factors in the fact that it's probably going to shut down while you're waiting in that line, right? And how long it takes to reboot, which we learned is about 45 minutes, which is really interesting.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Rise of the Resistance, although very fun and has great pre-shows and does have one of the most complex and interesting tracks I've ever seen in an attraction ever. And I have a lot of love for it technologically. I have a lot of love for it thematically. And I think it's really fun. The stress of it does not outweigh, or the stress of it outweighs how fun it is.
I'll make it, I agree with you. And if we were doing a list of attractions that had the best stories that you felt you were in the story, it would be on that list.
For sure.
This was not that list. This was just fun attractions. Doesn't mean that it's not fun to go on Rise of the Resistance. I think it's in a totally different world of attraction. It's unlike anything else on our list. So
it's unlike anything else in Disney World, I think. Yeah.
I think we will end up doing a list at some point, a show pretty soon on the stories in the attractions. And certainly we'll get to that one. But yeah, Rise of the Resistance didn't make our list. So if you were looking for Rise of the Resistance, that's why. And you may disagree, which is perfectly fine. We appreciate that. All right. Like I said, people may disagree and may agree. Mimi, how can they possibly get in touch with us to let us know their thoughts about the show?
Yes, you guys can send us an email, disneyassembled@gmail.com, or you can send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, all at Disney Assembled. But if you guys want to support the show further, the link to our TeePublic, our Patreon, our Buy Us a Dole Whip is all on our website, disneyassembled.com. Make sure to check it out.
Yeah, you should do that. We really would appreciate that. And if you haven't done so already, check out our YouTube page, guys. We've been putting a good amount of content up on our YouTube page, both in shorts and in regular videos. We are almost at our subscription goal for the year. So if you have not subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, just do a quick search for Disney Assembled on YouTube, find our channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. We think you're going to enjoy it because, again, we put some content up there on YouTube that we don't put on the podcast. I've done a couple of videos recently about a couple of topics. We've enjoyed putting those out there. So yeah, check out our YouTube channel. I think you'll enjoy the content there as well. All right, Mimi, good job this week. High five.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Guys, we hope this week's show brought a smile to your face, a little extra joy to your day,
and magic.
And some magic and pixie dust to your week. Thanks for listening again. And until next time,
see you real soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please collect your belongings, watch your head and step, and take small children by the hand.